How the brain ages and how we protect it across the lifespan. When we talk about healthy aging, we must talk about the brain because healthy aging is not only about strong muscles or good nutrition, it's also about clarity of thought, emotional balance, memory, and identity. I'm Dr. Tasneem Yamani, a medical doctor and a geriatric practitioner and healthy aging expert. In geriatric medicine, we don't look at the brain in isolation. We want to look at it at how life experiences, emotion, hormones, relationships, and the health across the lifespan shape how this brain is aging. One of the most common fears I hear in my practice is, will I lose my memory as I age, or will I still be myself, or is it part of normal aging to just, forget things? Here's an important truth that is strongly supported by science. Aging does not automatically mean memory loss and dementia. The brain ages just like every other organ, and it ages gradually. It's not a drastic change. With the normal aging process, the processing speed may slow slightly, recalling names may take longer, trying to understand things may be a little slower. And this is part of normal aging. A normal brain aging looks like that, and that is not disease. What protects our brain is something we call the cognitive reserve. What is cognitive reserve? It is the brain's ability to cope with change or damage without showing symptoms. And this reserve is built across the lifespan, not just when we are old. Biologically, healthy brain aging depends on a good blood flow to the brain, balanced brain chemicals, low levels of chronic inflammation, strong connections between the nerve cells. The brain also has something that is an incredible ability to adapt and reorganize itself. This is something we call neuroplasticity, and it continues throughout our life if it is supported well intrinsically and externally in our environment. What causes the brain to age in an accelerated manner is not age alone, but chronic stress, social isolation, untreated depression, poor sleep, physical inactivity, hormonal changes that are not recognized or supported early enough. Now, I want to dwell more into social connection here because medically it is one of the most predictable and powerful protectors of an aging brain. Whenever we are talking, laughing, listening, sharing stories, engaging with others, multiple areas of our brains are activated at the same time. This strengthens the neural networks and builds cognitive reserves. Social interactions will improve blood flow to the brain. It will reduce the stress hormones like cortisol. It increases protective brain chemicals such as serotonin and dopamine. It reduces inflammation that is linked to cognitive decline. Now let's look at when we are in a space of chronic loneliness and isolations. These are biologically harmful because research is showing that prolonged isolation will shrink areas of the brain involved in memory and emotional regulation. It causes an increase in the inflammatory markers and inflammation. It will disrupt your sleep-wake cycles, which again leads to stress to the brain. It increases the risk of depression and dementia. Loneliness is not only an emotion, it's a medical risk factor. And another critical issue when we look at healthy brain aging is depression across the lifespan. Sometimes depression begins early or in our mid-adulthood and is not treated, but it is just expected to, disappear. So when it is left untreated, over time it alters the brain chemistry, the stress pathways, and the inflammation levels. Studies have shown that long-standing untreated depression increases the risk of cognitive decline and dementia later in our lives. This is why in geriatric medicine, we take emotional health very, very seriously at every age, not just when you're older. Hormonal changes, as I mentioned, they affect both men and women and play a major role in brain and emotional health. For women, estrogen supports memory, mood, sleep, blood flow, and it regulates how we are at an emotional level. During perimenopause and menopause, falling levels of estrogen lead to things like brain fog, memory lapses, slow moods, low moods, anxiety, slowness of functionality, and sleep disturbances. These are real and biological changes, not just an imaginary thing and not something to be assumed that this is part of normal, processes that a woman should go through. When sleep problems and mood changes during menopause are ignored, the brain becomes very vulnerable at this time. Again, let's not only focus on women. Men also experience hormonal changes, and often this is referred to as andropause or age-related testosterone decline. Andropause occurs gradually and often from the 40s or the 50s. And testosterone plays a very important role. It's not only important for muscle and bone health, but it also helps keep men motivated, managing their moods, their concentration, energy levels, and emotional resilience. As we go through andropause, or as men go through andropause, testosterone levels are declining, and some men may experience low energy, irritability or low mood, difficulty with concentrating, poor sleep, and reduced stress tolerance. Very similar to what women are going through in perimenopause and menopause. Now, testosterone also has a neuroprotective effect. It supports healthy nerve signaling and emotional regulation. When these changes that I mentioned are not recognized, men go through emotional withdrawal, social withdrawal rather than seeking help. And this emotional suppression increases stress hormones and inflammation, which will increase brain aging and increasing the risk of depression and later cognitive decline. From a geriatric perspective, men's emotional health is not optional. It is important for us to recognize mood, sleep, and motivation changes very early for healthy aging to become part of the aging process. We assess brain health holistically, and we don't only test memory when looking at somebody's brain health. We want to look at attention, concentration, emotional well-being, daily functioning, social engagement, decision-making, and rationality skills. Because the brain does not age alone, it ages within a life context. Healthy brain aging is supported by lifelong learning and curiosity, meaningful relations, interactions, emotional expressions and support, faith, purpose, reflection, early recognition of mental health conditions and treating depression and anxiety earlier rather than ignoring it and assuming it's part of normal things in life, understanding and supporting hormonal transitions in both men and women. A healthy brain is not one that never forgets. It is one that is going to remain connected, supported, adaptable, and understood. From a geriatric perspective in medicine, healthy aging really means protecting the brain early, supporting it consistently, and caring for it compassionately over the lifespan by recognizing things early and supporting them in good time.